This man was left badly hurt after a crash by teens in a stolen car. And these three girls lost their lives when they drove their car that was stolen into a pond. Young people stealing cars has been an epidemic here in the Tampa Bay area.
Now the state agency that looks into punishing youth offenders is considering much tougher consequences for teens who commit grand theft auto. Will it keep young people from stealing cars or just create a system with more young people behind bars? 10 News reporter Eric Glasser takes a close look.
It's gonna be tough because ain't nobody gonna really give you a chance.
Artemis Sanders admits he made mistakes as a kid growing up in St. Pete, did a couple of stints in the youth offender program, and now his record makes his life harder.
When I got out, it's like nothing was set up for me to rehabilitate myself. Okay.
Critics are worried there could be a lot more people in Sanders' position, some resorting to a life of crime, if Florida's juvenile justice system adopts new, tougher rules for teens who steal cars, an epidemic in the Bay Area.
There's consequences, and most of the time they're serious.
Just ask Ricky Melendez. He was injured. 3 joyriding teens killed in August when their stolen car plowed into his vehicle.
It's easy for people, to place blame on others. They just need to kind of look in the mirror and just realize whose fault it really was. And, it was, the teen's fault.
Officials say the risk assessment score for teens who commit grand theft auto hasn't been modified in more than 2 decades. Kids get a slap on the wrist, and they know it.
If they're not seeing consequences, then they're going to keep on doing it.
St. Pete Police Chief Anthony Holloway says he had an eye-opening conversation with young repeat offenders about 2 months ago.
They said as a joke, one kid even said, I can do 21 days standing on my head.
In the last year, there has been some progress. The HOME program, Habitual Offender Monitoring Enforcement, sends cops to check on kids, make sure they're staying out of trouble.
I think absolutely it's long overdue.
Reverend Kenneth Irby, St. Pete's Community Intervention Director, says programs, mentoring, working with teens before they make bad choices is the best solution, but he agrees it has to be balanced with consequences.
I've been amazed at how thoroughly they know who the judges are and what the limited consequences are and how quickly they'll be out on the street after their first, second, and third auto theft.
Young kids out here stealing cars, yeah, they would think twice.
While the new rules may upend young offenders' lives, innocent lives are already being lost. The committee discussing the changes in the rules is scheduled to meet on Monday, with a possible vote the following day. In St. Petersburg, Eric Glasser, 10 News.
Now, teen offenders have given police various reasons for stealing cars. Some consider it a victimless crime covered by insurance. Others say they just do it for the thrill. And some have even said they do it because it's not cool to take a date out riding the city bus.